with Mimori Tuka standing over the corpse of a defeated dungeon monster, his face reflecting a growing realization of his power. Though his stats were initially classified as weak, Mimori has discovered that his so-called low-level spells possess incredible hidden potential. In the deadly abyssal dungeon, he is slowly but surely proving that his failure frame status is far from a death sentence. As Mimori explores deeper into the dungeon, his thoughts are consumed by two things: survival and revenge. The betrayal of the goddess and the indifference of his classmates weigh heavily on him. His anger drives him forward as he continues to test the limits of his powers. Along the way, Mimori encounters various types of monsters, each more dangerous than the last. However, with every fight, he grows stronger, gaining valuable experience points and leveling up faster than expected. While navigating the dark corridors of the dungeon, Mimori senses the presence of a particularly dangerous creature. His instincts warn him of the approaching threat, and soon enough, a massive giant arachnid emerges from the shadows. The beast, a terrifying spider-like creature with thick armor and venomous fangs, immediately sets its sights on Mimori. The tension builds as the giant arachnid charges toward him. Knowing that a direct fight would be suicide, Mimori begins to strategize. He recalls that his paralyze spell, which had been incredibly effective against smaller monsters, may not be as useful against something of this size. However, Mimori's quick thinking and tactical approach come into play. Using the dungeon's environment to his advantage, Mimori begins casting Illusion, a low-level spell that creates false images to confuse enemies. The giant arachnid is momentarily distracted by these illusions, buying Mimori precious time to position himself. Next, he uses Paralyze, and while the spell only slows the creature slightly, it gives him enough of an opening to prepare a stronger attack. Realizing he needs to take a more aggressive approach, Mimori uses his surroundings to set up a trap. He lures the giant arachnid toward a crumbling section of the cave, using his barrier spell to block its movements. When the creature is stuck, Mimori casts Decay, a spell that causes corrosion. Despite being considered a low-level spell, Decay proves devastating as it slowly eats through the giant arachnid's tough exoskeleton, weakening it enough for Mimori to land the final blow. After a long and intense battle, the giant arachnid falls. Mimori, breathing heavily, reflects on how far he's come in such a short time. He realizes that his supposed weaknesses are actually his strengths when used creatively. The victory not only grants him a significant amount of experience points, but also rare items and loot from the beast's body. As Mimori progresses further into the dungeon, he continues honing his skills. He levels up several times, unlocking more abilities and becoming stronger with each battle. The harsh environment of the abyssal dungeon, once seemingly an insurmountable obstacle, is now something he feels he can conquer. His confidence grows, but so does his hatred for those who cast him into this deadly place. During his exploration, Mimori stumbles upon an ancient ruin within the dungeon. The walls are lined with glowing runes, and in the center of the room sits a mysterious, enchanted grimoire. Recognizing its potential value, Mimori carefully inspects it. The grimoire grants him access to an entirely new set of spells, ones that are even more destructive than the ones he's been using. With this new power in hand, Mimori feels a surge of confidence. His revenge is closer than ever. His final words before the screen fades to black are chilling. "I won't be satisfied until I've destroyed everything."